Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're going to be doing more video editing, and let's get our progress in. What we're doing right now is the absolute initial pass on an edit like this. The difference between this and the first three vlogs is that the other ones were one linear thing that I shot, and we're just cutting out a couple of things. This, we're going to reorganize, reorder, really heavily edit this, as opposed to the others. So what we have to do for this is go through, organize the footage, figure out where everything is, just identify what everything is. This is kind of an initial pass that would predate all the other stuff we've done in our other edits. Your money, that's not really that. And different bullets that are like government issue, pre-war bullets to pay for stuff with. And if you get in a real jam, you can use the currency bullets to shoot with. If it's life or death, what are you going to do? Die with your money? That's not really that useful to anybody. So it's a pretty cool mechanic where you're literally like shooting away your money if you're in like a super dire situation. I thought that was really cool. As you get farther into the game, like near the climax though, it kind of becomes a joke with the as you get farther into the game, like near the climax though, it kind of becomes a joke with the money, like they're just giving you money bullets to shoot all the time, which I guess makes it cooler and more exciting, but I didn't necessarily know that I was at the end. I guess I should have assumed, but like I was still trying to save them, and it kind of caused a lot of problems for me. I died a few times trying to do that. This game has some interesting monsters in it, so you can tell when I'm kind of switching gears for the edit. This game has some interesting monsters in it. The Oops. This game has some interesting monsters in it. There's a few of them that cause us issues. I think sometimes this game's biggest weakness is kind of like, the monster's aggressiveness plus the speed of the reload, which would constantly get us in trouble with like, you shoot your 4 shotgun shots and then there's like 3 like really aggressive, monsters that are just smacking you and you don't have anything you can do because the reload takes forever. That would cause us a problem a lot of times. And then sometimes there were enemies where they're just patrolling around and you're supposed to be looking for something, but the game doesn't really tell you where you want to go. So there's one sequence in particular. It's like a stealth sequence with what are called the librarians, which are these like really aggressive guerrilla type things that just like if they see you, you're basically dead. Like the game gives you this idea of a mechanic where you can like stare them down and they'll stop attacking you, but all the staring down really does is delay the inevitable. I never figured out how to actually stop them from attacking. So there's a few parts in it where like, maybe I was missing something. I probably was, but the game didn't really communicate it well enough. I feel like I'm generally somewhat smart in terms of my like video game literacy, that I can, take some context clues. I can figure things out sometimes, but in this game, I pretty often found a situation where I would not be doing it correctly. I would not be taking whatever hints they're trying to give me. So I appreciate the open-endedness of a lot of the missions where you just, you look at you have like a docket, like a clipboard that you open up. Okay, what do I have to do right now? You look at this thing. Oh, okay, I have to do this. But it'll be like a really super general thing where it's like, deliver the message. And then it's like, well, okay, what? Okay, so this is all, we're still on the marker for monsters. So let's see where this switched over. Sequence with what are called the librarians, which are these like really aggressive guerrilla type things that just like if they see you, you're basically dead. Like the game gives you this idea of a mechanic where you can like stare them down and they'll stop attacking you, but all the staring down really does is delay the inevitable. I never figured out how to actually stop them from attacking. So there's a few parts in it where like probably around here we can make this its own thing. Oops. There's a few parts in it where like, maybe I was missing something. I probably was, but the game didn't really communicate it well enough. I feel like I'm generally somewhat smart in terms of my like video game literacy, that I can, take some context clues. I can figure things out sometimes, but in this game, I pretty often found a situation where I would not be doing it correctly. I would not be taking whatever hints they're trying to give me. So I appreciate the open-endedness of a lot of the missions, where you just, you look at you have like a docket, like a clipboard that you open up. Okay, what do I have to do right now? You look at this thing. Oh, okay, I have to do this. But it'll be like a really super general thing where it's like, deliver the message, and it's like, well, okay, what am I supposed to go? You know what I mean? Like, am I supposed to go down the tunnel? Am I supposed to go here? There's a lot of parts that kind of I guess it doesn't make me uncomfortable when there's nothing hunting you, but in this game, when there's like monsters that are patrolling around and you kind of have to be careful about it, it became a little bit frustrating. But I mean, overall, this game is pretty incredible. I would recommend picking it up. They have a remaster, which is what we played. All right, so this is a bit frustrating. Yeah, that ending part, I kind of couldn't really communicate what I was trying to say that well. So we'll probably just remove that whole sequence. I never really decided if this is like a review or if it's just like a summary. I guess it's kind of a review. We'll probably call it a review. But I mean, overall, it's just kind of my thoughts on the game, like a roundup, a recap. Now that we're done with the game, it's like, let's look back at Metro. The game is pretty incredible. I would recommend picking it up. They have a remaster, which is what we played. It's called Metro 2033 Redux. I found out that they have a Switch version as well, which includes both the 2033 Redux, which is the first game, and then the Last Light Redux, which is the second game. So I guess it's worth picking up if you have a Switch and also don't have these games. But yeah, if you're asking for my recommendation, which I guess you didn't do, but if you want my recommendation, I give it. I think this game is really good. I enjoyed playing it on stream a lot. I'm looking forward to playing the other ones in the franchise. Guys, that's going to do it for my my thoughts on Metro 2033. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment with what you thought of the game, or how stupid you think I am for not figuring out some of the stuff I was supposed to be able to do. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, then I added some extra thoughts in here. I'm going to add a couple things in here at the end as well. This game had a lot of collectibles, which I'm just giving myself a note, I guess. Oops. This game had a lot of collectibles, which I really appreciate. There's a lot of like side areas that if you are looking around in every nook and cranny like I tend to do when I play games, they're going to reward you with something. There's like a corpse that you can take bullets off of, or limited use items like your gas mask stuff. There's a lot of journal entries that you can find, which are, it's weird because you're picking up a journal on the ground, but it's actually your inner monologue thing that you're reading. They were fun. A lot of typos in those things. I could forgive them because it's their first in the series, and I'm pretty sure not an innately English-speaking developer, but basically it was guaranteed to have at least one typo per journal entry, which was kind of strange, especially because they remastered it. You'd think they would go back and fix those errors, but perhaps they wanted to keep, it's kind of like when you remaster a film, you don't fix the special effects in 1933 King Kong, you just take out the film grain. So maybe they're trying to preserve the wonkiness of that. But I hope that part gets better in the sequels when we play them. One mechanic that Okay, there's another thought. Yeah, I tried to keep the thoughts pretty separate so that I could pretty easily, distinguish between them when I was cutting it, which I seem to have done pretty well. One mechanic that I thought was really cool, that's pretty understated, they don't do... This is the gas mask. One mechanic that I thought was really cool, that's pretty understated, they don't do that much to draw your attention to it super often. The gas mask mechanic in this game is really amazing, where you are specifically choosing to put on a gas mask at certain times when you have a limited amount of oxygen on it, so you can't use it all the time. And you put on the gas mask, and then the gas mask can get blood or sweat or cracks in it. There's things that affect your gas mask, and you can have a dedicated button, the gas mask button. You could just wipe your face or wipe the screen of the mask so that it removes the blood and sweat and everything off of it, which I thought was an amazing little tiny detail that just makes you feel like you're inside the world. That's the kind of stuff that I go crazy for, is like those tiny details that not everyone's really going to necessarily notice. A lot of people might not even do it. I don't think they ever tell you to press the button to wipe the gas mask, but man, that's one of those things that just, it takes a game from here to here for me. So I was super excited about that. I don't even know what this next thing's going to be. Make sure you guys subscribe on this. Okay, this is the alternate outro. Make sure you guys subscribe on this YouTube channel. It's called Voice of Nick Vlogs. If you want to see more behind the scenes of my streams, more looks into the games I play. We even did a tour around a Japanese food area of Los Angeles. Whole lot of stuff on here. But thanks for watching. And of course, if you want to see my live content, such as the episodes of Metro 2033 that we played live on stream that I'm talking about, you can go to The Voice of Nick on Twitch or YouTube. The channel is called The Voice of Nick on Twitch and also on YouTube. You can find archives on the YouTube channel. You'll see links all over here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a comment if you want to let me know what you thought of Metro 2033 or this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye. It's weird I wouldn't have gone back to fix that soundbite. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, here we go. We're going to call that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of this video or of Metro. Turns out I'm not completely stupid. Yeah, you never want to keep a soundbite. If you botch a soundbite, just from a vocal recording standpoint, you don't just start in the middle of the sentence. You have to go back and do the whole sentence over again, because you really can't edit a sentence to sound natural if you screwed up in the middle and then redid from the middle. So you really just, you know, go all the way back, do it over again, make it one clean thing. You'll save yourself time in the editing room later. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of this video or of Metro 2033 and how stupid you thought I was for not getting all this stuff in the comments section. If you want to see more of these looks into games or behind the scenes of my streams, make sure you follow this YouTube channel called Voice of Nick Vlogs. And of course, if you want to find my live content, you can go to twitch.tv/thevoiceofnick. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. That was pretty concise. This one, you can see how much longer this outro was, and I didn't even say as much stuff. Okay, so now we have all our stuff. We'll take a quick look. Intro, universe, combat near the ending, monsters, mechanics, recommendation, collectibles, gas mask. Okay, so now we're gonna create a new sequence, which will be our actual edit of the video. Let's see what the name was for the sequence titles. This is 0410. This is Metro Review. We're gonna make this purple. We're gonna remove everything from here. And now we really start going at it. So we're gonna put this in. I think this will be first, and we're gonna start screwing around. So what is this part? We're gonna only work on editing this part now. So you have a really cool kind of like a post-apocalyptic sci-fi-ish universe in Metro 2033. I always love a game that can... You have a really cool kind of like a post-apocalyptic sci-fi-ish universe in Metro 2033. I always love a game that can convey its setting, its kind of like you know, main environmental concept really well. And what I find interesting about Metro is that I always love a game-ish universe in Metro 2033. I always love... That's a bummer, the way I said that. 2033. 2033. 2033. 2033. You know, main... and what I find interesting... And what I find interesting about... 33. And what I find... Maybe I can actually, like, splice these together, sort of. Hold on, let's listen to this. 33, and what I find
No.
2033, and what I find Metro 2033, and what I find Metro 2033, and what I find
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Metro 2033, and what I find interesting about Metro is that they're dealing with a lot of the same aesthetic concepts as the Fallout games. You know, the underground bunkers and, you know, wasteland up top and radiation and all that stuff. But what's cool about Metro is it's taking a lot of these concepts that we have dealt with before, you know, mutants out there and all that same concepts that we it's taking all that same kind of stuff, like makeshift weapons, but dealing with it in such but cool about Metro is it's taking a lot of these concepts but dealing with it in these concepts but dealing about Metro is it's taking a lot of these concepts but dealing with it in such a more condensed way. Because in this game, it's obviously it's not open world, it's just a linear storyline. And what they're able to do by doing that is have so much more detail packed into every single area. So when you're in the underground area and you see all the life happening there and people are having all these like really drawn out conversations that, of course, I always listen to because that's the kind of stuff I do when I play video games. It's just, it's...
I think maybe we can add, let's insert like a black video here because I think we will, let's put a color matte actually so we know that we want to put something in there. We'll put like a sound bite, you know, part that has sound in there.
It's just, it means a lot to me as a person who loves video game storyline. This one really, really packs in the detail into the actual setting that you're in. That is a major plus for me. I think that's probably my favorite thing in this game. That is a major when I play video games. That is a major plus for me. I think that's probably my favorite thing in this game. My favorite thing in this game is just like walking through. My favorite thing in this game. My favorite thing in this game is just like walk. This game, walking through the underground and just see this game, walking through the underground and just seeing all of the life teeming around you and things happening around you, people living their lives and trying to understand like how they live their lives under here, you know. And in Fallout there's so many
I think we can cut all
that
this.
you go to that you kind of start to, you know, see like copy pasted things a lot of times, which is inevitable in a big open world game. You know, you see like, oh, here's what, you know, a lot of the vaults look like, the layout of the vaults, this, that. But in Metro, like every one of these stations is different. Every one of them is like different. A lot of them have different dialects for the people. Like they have different things that they do. Some are you know, like more combat focused. You know, there's like places where there's a lot of refugees. Like there's all these different areas, and I really, really, I was super into that and trying to like go through every nook and cranny and really, really explore. So I think that's probably the thing for me that really set this game apart.
Now, basically,
So I think
we're cutting everything here, giant chunk, and we're choosing between two outros for this thing, for this vignette. It's either this.
that is a major plus for me. I think that's probably my favorite thing in this game.
Or this.
I think that's probably the thing for me that really set this game apart. For me, I think that's probably my favorite thing in this game.
I think we're gonna go with the second one. But you know what? We'll save like a thing of good bites that we don't use. Let's make like a scratch sequence, which I like to use just in case we need it. We can also like alternate things. So like I could say, I think that's my favorite thing in this game. I could make myself say that about something else, you know. Doesn't matter what I'm saying it about.
That is a major plus for
Oh, this is all sound. We're gonna go to this. Ah! Oh, that was wrong. Copy this, go to the scratch sequence, then we'll delete everything from that, not the other way around.
That is amazing.
And then we'll go back to our review.
Let's take a look through our time with this game. So you have a really cool kind of like a...
And this will be another title card. And in this video, we'll probably have a soundtrack, so that'll be nice. Okay, so we cut down this sequence that was, how long? This was from 35 seconds until 3:03, so this was about 2.5 minutes. We cut it down to 1 minute. Less than a minute, actually, because the intro's in there as well. So yeah, that's off to a good start. Let's just put a marker here. We're going to put a marker here as well, although I don't think we'll use that for long. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good chunk of work that we did today, ladies and gents. We're really crafting the video. On future ones, we're going to be looking out for B-roll, but I like to get my bass in there first. You know, all the sound bites that I want, and then the B-roll comes on top, and then the soundtrack comes in last. Because if you start trying to pick out B-roll before your video is really formed, then you might end up having things where you do a bunch of editing on a thing and then you have to cut the whole thing out. And it's like, why did I waste all that time? So on a video like this, it's always best to make the baseline, like the foundation of the video, which is your VO, your opinions that you're talking about, and then start adding all the clips of the game and the extra window dressing on top. So we're getting there, guys. We're forming the video here. Now, thank you everybody for watching. The channel you're watching on Twitch is called The Voice of Nick. On here, I stream 3 times a day, 7 days a week. We play story-based games. We also do other stuff like video editing on here. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you like what you saw. And you can type !games in the chat if you want to see more. The videos that we're editing here are actually, we're editing them live, and they end up getting posted on our YouTube channel. So if you want to find the YouTube channel where these get posted, it's called The Voice of Nick Vlogs. We just opened that, which is a separate channel that we have just for this, like, sort of behind the scenes, opinionated content that isn't me just playing a video game. More like, other stuff. So give that a look. Make sure you subscribe on there. And thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.